I'm Dr. Neil Scott, and I'm a cardiologist affiliated with El Camino Health.
I am Jacques Wilson, the executive chef at El Camino Health.
And we're here as part of the Healthy Heart series. So, Chef, what are we going to make today?
Mexican baked tilapia.
Oh, that sounds great.
So first what we're going to do is we're going to take half a lime, and squeeze it over to tilapia. And while this is sitting here marinating slightly, we're going to actually start the recipe. So, Doctor, if you can pass the olive oil.
Sure. This is extra virgin olive oil.
And I'll take the onions and peppers.
Onions. Now, we're using extra virgin olive oil because it's the healthiest oil you can use. Extra virgin means that it comes from the first press, where you take the olives, you put them in a press, and the oil that you get out is extra virgin. So it hasn't been purified. And it's thought that the impurities in the extra virgin olive oil that come from the skin of the olives are what makes it so healthy.
Okay. Now I think we're ready for the garlic.
This is your garlic.
Fresh garlic. And this will cook about 1 minute to allow the garlic, the peppers and onions to kind of merge together. And without a medium heat, so we're not scorching or burning the items.
We're using tilapia, which is a freshwater fish, and it's clearly been shown that the more fish you eat, the lower your mortality, which is exactly the opposite for red meat. And a lot of people have concerns about mercury levels in their fish. For most fish, that's not a problem because the mercury levels that we see are in older fish that are carnivorous. And this is a fish that lives less than a year usually. So the fish that have high mercury levels are things like fish like swordfish, to a certain extent shark, and to a much lower extent tuna. All the other fish have not really significant mercury levels to worry about.
Okay, I'll take the cayenne pepper.
This is smelling good already.
Oh yeah, my goodness. I'll take the oregano, capers, and the olives. Now we're going to saute this just about 30 seconds, and then we're going to add the tomatoes.
That's looking good.
We're going to add the tomatoes to this and give it a stir and just slowly bring it to a simmer.
Now the tomatoes that we're using are fresh tomatoes. Most recipes call for canned tomatoes, and like in this can of tomato, just like most cans, they're preserved with sodium. This can contains 1,260 milligrams of sodium, and we've cut it down to 0 by using fresh tomatoes. And the way we're using them is the tomatoes have been skinned and cut up. And Chef, how do you do that?
You take a pot of boiling water, make sure your tomatoes scored on the bottom. You want to take the core out, and you drop it in the boiling water for 10 seconds. You pull it out, and then you drop it into an ice bath. The ice bath, you pull it directly out, you peel the tomato, and you're ready to dice it.
Easy.
So we're going to need to let this come to a boil.
And about how long is that going to take?
Oh, about 3 minutes.
Okay.
So we're going to put a lid on it and bring it to a boil.
So how are we doing,
Well,
Chef?
let's check it out.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Boy, that looks good. Smells great, too.
Oh, it looks delicious. Doc, if you can assist pouring this over the tilapia.
Sure. Great.
Great. So we are going to cover this with foil, place it in a 400-degree oven for 10 minutes.
So it's out of the oven, and boy, that looks good. Now, Chef, how do you know that's done?
Well, this took a little bit more time than I anticipated. The flay's a little bit thicker, so your timings may vary on your fish. But you want to make sure your fish has a nice flaky whiteness to it. And also you can use an instant read thermometer.
What temperature should it be at?
145 degrees Fahrenheit.
And does that work for all fish?
All fish should be cooked to 145 degrees.
Great.
And we are at temp, 148.
Great.
So the last step we have here is to add cilantro and a squeeze of lime. So we're actually going to squeeze the lime first.
Smells great.
I know, I can't wait to taste this. And then we're going to add a little cilantro.
The best thing about this dish is that it's obviously tasty and it's healthy. It's a fish dish, and we've drastically cut back on the amount of sodium in it. This is Mexican baked tilapia, and we can find the recipe on the El Camino Health website.
That's where you'll find the exact ingredients and measurements.
So let's dig in. Bon appetit.
Bon appetit. Thanks, Doc.
Thank you.